Welcome back to Universal Orlando. Believe it or not, we are 3 months away until Halloween Horror Nights begins. 3 months until Halloween Horror Nights. Get ready, get excited. We have had 2 Halloween Horror Nights houses announced. Our first was Jack and Oddfellow. That is also going to be our icons for this year, 2026. Our second house announcement was the blockbuster Sinners. Now, it is June, which means a third house announcement is right around the corner. I wouldn't be surprised, but if by the time I posted this video, if another house was announced, that would be incredible. Knowing my luck, that would probably happen. But we do have some Easter eggs and some hints to this year's tribute store and possibly some houses for this event. Now, let's go inside the theme park and look at these clues, these little Easter eggs that Universal has left for us. Here in the Five and Dime store, we have the Sinners merchandise because this is our newest house that was just announced. Here we have the t-shirt. The design's pretty cool. I don't like how it's a gray color. I wish it was black. And here are the acrylic figures. And of course, Jack and Oddfellow and the characters from Sinners right there. So who will be added to the list next? The question of the year is, where will the Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store be located for this year? Will it be here in New York, or will it be over on Hollywood Boulevard where it's been in the past? Currently, there's a Steven Spielberg little museum / tribute store there for the Disclosure Day movie. That's where the quote-unquote summer tribute store is. It's more of like a museum for Steven Spielberg. So it could be replaced by the Halloween Horror Nights Tribute Store, but I have a different theory. So first, let's check on these Easter eggs here in New York City. Some fantastic Halloween Horror Nights lore was actually created here in New York. It was based on one of these building facades, and that is none other than Boris Schuster's Private Investigations building, as well as the Madame Bastille psychic readings. You can see the creepy Madame Bastille down there through the window. But Boris Schuster's Private Investigations, this building was actually turned into a Halloween Horror Nights house in, I believe, 2021, which was the Case Files house, which is roughly based just on this building. And this building itself, Boris Schuster's Private Investigations, has actually had a room inside a tribute store before, as well as Madame Bastille. She's been used at Islands of Adventure, at the All Hallows Boutique store, as well as a tribute store in the past. Now, if you did the Case Files house in 2021, then you probably recognize this sign right here, the Kitty Cat Club. The Kitty Cat Club was actually inside the Case Files house. In an alleyway, you were walking through New York, and at the end of the alleyway you could see the entrance to the Kitty Cat Club. So that's a pretty cool bit of Universal lore right there. It's cool how with the Case Files house they started introducing different prop pieces from throughout the theme parks, different signs, different references from Universal Orlando, and putting them in the Halloween Horror Nights houses. I think that bit of information is super cool, and it's so cool how it all started with this building's facade right here. Alright, so Universal left us with some Easter eggs and some clues to this year's Halloween Horror Nights. If you look up in this window, and I'll show you a picture of it because it's kind of hard to film, you can actually see a few things. One, you could see a devil's mask, which has been heavily used in previous Halloween Horror Nights as kind of like in some of the tribute stores they decorate it with vintage Halloween props, and that's what that devil's mask is. It could also be a reference to some of the Halloween Horror Nights originals, possibly the Case Files house, which did have demons, and there was also Darkest Deal, which dealt with demons. A lot of the Halloween Horror Nights originals deal with demons or spirits, and that could also be a reference to that. Now, let me show you this image right here, which is actually inside this window. This image shows a picture of a clown's face on a popcorn bucket. That's obviously a reference to Jack the Clown, who is an icon at this year's event. And then there's a little string next to a picture of a question mark, and they're attached, showing you that Jack and Oddfellow are gonna be related to another mysterious house, probably a Universal original. or it could be a reference to Slaughter Cinema because of the popcorn. Because of the popcorn wrapping, it could be a reference to Slaughter Cinema. So that could mean that a house this year could be a house based on a Slaughter Cinema movie. They've already done Slaughter Cinema 1 and Slaughter Cinema 2, and obviously all of those movies are fake. They're made up by Universal, and Universal loves to make those fake made up movies into houses. There's also a newspaper clipping in here, or it looks like maybe it's a brochure that says New York City, October. So I think that's going to be a reference to saying that the Tribute Store is confirmed to be in New York for this year. Now, will it be in the same location as last year at the arcade, or will it be in the original classic location? That is yet to be seen. But that little advertisement looks like it's possibly an Easter egg showing that the Tribute Store will be in New York. If you look carefully in this window, you can also see a tin can. I believe it's a tin can, or like a coffee mug, an old coffee mug, or a thermos or something like that, but it says Tribute Store on it. So I think that's also confirmation that we will get a Tribute Store in New York City. That is a little Easter egg that they gave us. And then over here, I think this has been in the window for a while, but you could see a film reel, and that is actually, it says evidence case, like case files, basically a reference to case files right there. But it's probably been here for a while, but I think that's pretty cool to see. All right, so this is the classic location for the Tribute Store here in New York next to the Mummy, and you can get a little gander, a little sneak preview at the Fast and the Furious roller coaster being built right next door. You could actually see some tracks that they have already laid right there. That is so cool. I'm not a big roller coaster guy, but I'm still excited to see it. But as you could see, there is no construction right here, so that means that this area could be free game to be the Tribute Store. This could easily be the Tribute Store. I don't see why not, because it's not behind this construction wall. So I think this could mean that this year's Tribute Store will be in the iconic classic location in New York. Something that is super interesting about Boris Schuster's little office up there is that normally last year, like last summer before HHN, and then actually I think during HHN as well, you could see the mysterious magical idol that was up there, basically like a talisman or like an idol. It's from the Case Files house. It was referenced in that house. It was also referenced in the Tribute Store last year. It's some sort of idol that has power, supernatural power. It kind of looks like the world-ending god Cthulhu, which is very interesting. But that was in the Tribute Store a couple of years ago, I believe 2 years ago, and obviously it was referenced in the Case Files house. So that's very cool that the idol is missing. So does that mean that maybe that's a hint that Case Files might come back this year? Or possibly that could be a hint at something else, like maybe it's just another Slaughter Cinema hint. Maybe that idol is a reference to a Slaughter Cinema movie. There was the popcorn little bag right there, the baggie of popcorn on the wall with the clown on it. That could also be a reference to Jack the Clown or Slaughter Cinema. So there you go. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. It is a scorcher here at Universal Orlando, guys. This is a short video because it's just a little update for Halloween Horror Nights. It is just too hot to be out here at the parks. I gotta go home. I mean, I'm just drenched in sweat. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave me a thumbs up, leave a like on this video so that this video can reach a larger audience. This channel doesn't reach a very big audience, guys, so we need as much love and support as we could possibly get. So please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. That way you won't miss a thing, because this is the time of year that I go around to Universal Orlando a lot. I film a lot of videos, probably my #1 time of year that I film videos, because I film Halloween Horror Nights updates and I film videos at Halloween Horror Nights. So if you don't want to miss a thing, please subscribe down below. Guys, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night, whenever you're watching, doesn't matter. See you next video. Peace out.